Due to the serious nature of this video, I'd like to put a warning that there are topics that can make some people very uncomfortable, and so I advise you to proceed with caution. I need to address that in most cases, this is all alleged in my opinions and observation in regard to the K-pop and K-drama industry. I and another who wishes to remain anonymous assisted in the research and gathering of the information discussed in this video. Please see the description for resources and how to reach out for help. Well, if you are in America outside, I will try and gather some more resources and add them as I find them. Hi. Wow, let's honor those who we have lost far too soon in the K-pop industry. Hello, it's me, Dee, and welcome to my channel. This is a heavy topic. Today we are going to be doing, we're going to remember K-pop idols and K-drama actresses whom have passed away, and their lives and have had an impact on so many people and on the industry, and hopefully there will be changes. If you're new to this channel, this is a little bit more serious than some of my other videos, and though my tone is a little bit more somber and not so outgoing, I guess. So welcome. There are going to be chapter links down below where you can skip. I have a memorial that video that I have created that will be shown in this video, but you can skip ahead to see that, or to discuss those who are in the memorial, and then we're going to do a reading. And I ask everyone in your comments below, please be very respectful. Mental health is real, and we're going to be dealing a lot with mental health, physical health, and personal safety. You're gonna learn it, but there's chapter links, so if you can watch them in order or out of order. I just set it up like that for all of you. Please take the time to subscribe to my channel. I've recently gotten a bunch of new subscribers, so hello, and thank you so much for being so supportive. Also, I just want to bring in here, I do have a Patreon. I'm adding some other tiers, and there's also going to be a 7-day free trial, which will give you access to one of the tiers, so you can see what it's like before you commit to paying. This is just something that Patreon just came out with, and I'm definitely going to be implementing that for the coming month. And you also get access to me, a couple of extra videos every month, and my Discord server, where you guys are great. It's very much family, and we share our ideas and talk about we talk about K-pop, we talk about celebrities, we talk about true crime, we talk about it all, and it's really a lot of fun, and I enjoy having this option. Also, if you wish to become just a member of this channel, you do get automatically access to the Patreon server, so there's always that. But let's get back to what we're going to share here. And I'm going to put up on the memorial video for you all now. Hello. Yeah, it it's sad. And I'll talk a little bit about each person that you saw highlighted in the video. And I'm going to warn you that we are going to be talking about someone committing suicide, unaliving themselves, and the dangers of car crashes, car accidents that these idols also face, as well as their health and well-being. So if this is going to be hard for you to listen to, please skip ahead. You don't need to. But if you'd like to learn a little bit, and I'm also going to mention that there are certain deaths that are controversial because it seems like maybe it is a cover up, that maybe there is someone connected behind certain deaths that have happened, and they've made to be look like an accident or a suicide. Speculating is dangerous, and they do ask, a lot of families in these situations do ask people not to speculate. But at the same time, if we don't question what really happened, will the truth ever come out? Can change be made? So it's easy often to be quiet and step back and just say, hey, don't think about it, don't talk about it, when it needs to be addressed, and it needs to be done respectfully. Okay? We're dealing with people, victims, and their families. We're dealing with people who've been through a lot and were loved a lot, and those around them to this day, I am sure, are grieving. Grief doesn't just go away, it does change and evolve as time goes by, but the grief is still here in your heart. It is still here. So I'm gonna get into this now. Yeah, I've had a hard time trying to make this video. I'll be very honest with you. I've been sitting on this information for a few months now, and been putting it all together, and with the help of a subscriber Patreon. They've done a lot, and I know it also affected their mental health and well-being as it's affected mine, and it just makes you go, as more of I've learned, as I've talked about the dark side of K-pop, and we've talked about this Madame Shim, we've talked about the death of we talked about the actress Jang Ja-young and her passing, which is questionable, is assumed to have been a suicide. She was born in 1980 and she passed in 2009, leaving behind what some people claim to be a suicide note. And if you watch the video, you'll see that others believe it was something she was asked to write up, explaining what has happened to her, the trauma she's been through, what she was forced to do. She was sex trafficked, and to some very prominent figures in South Korea, CEOs, politicians of that, people of this nature, those in, powerful positions and are very wealthy. And so that video, I've done a whole video on her and what happened. So you can get on that. And I've also discussed the Burning Sun scandal, which really woken things up, and it did put agencies such as YG into question. And so you can watch that video. So let's now get into focusing on those in the video that I just did. We have Hyo Yoon Uni of who was an idol, and she passed away in 2007. There was no note indicating that her passing was suicide, yet it was declared a suicide. And then her third album was released like 5 days after her passing. It seemed off, you know? So we don't really know, and she is still to this day loved and very much missed. And I did already mention Jang Ja-yoon, an actress in K-dramas. She did do some singing. She passed away in 2009 from what is to believe suicide, allegedly, but what is being considered a suicide note doesn't really show. It seems like she was about to get freedom by speaking out, and all of a sudden she's gone. So there's questions about that. When we talk about Rise, Kwon Rise, she was of Ladies Code, and Moonbin, also of Ladies Code. They passed away in 2013 from a car crash. Unfortunately, car accidents of this nature are very common in the industry, because of the schedules that agencies, managers set up for these idols and actors and actresses. They have this set up so that they are racing to get to places in time. It's overbooking. It is stressful on the mind and the physical body. And then you're trying to get there in a hurry, and there's an accident. And in such an accident, we lost these two wonderful, gifted women who were just trying to get to the next place they needed to be at. Then, we have So-Jin, and she was just an idol trainee. She was trying out for Kara, but before that, she had also been working with other groups, and she was getting older, and she wasn't chosen, and it's really sad. People believe she was depressed because of this and did take her own life in 2015. This next idol, wow. This next idol really, really affected many lives. Kim Jong-hyun. In December of 2017, he allegedly took his own life. He had texted his sister with his intentions, and he did send a suicide note. Now, this was just days before his concert with his friends that he'd done all this, and this makes you go, what is going on? why is this person under so much duress that they had to take their own lives? And it did spiral. Alright, so next is Tani Kim Jin Soo. He was an idol. He was in a hurry going from one engagement that he had set to another, and he was in a car accident and passed away. This, like I said, car crashes, these car accidents are common, and unfortunately there are injuries, and in some cases, as we're seeing here, lives are lost. And he passed away, what was it, 2018. Yeah, it was in April. Then we have Kim Dong-yoon. He passed away in July of 2018, and there is no official reason that has been documented, that has been stated. Family are very tight-lipped about this. They did not want any information out. They don't want people speculating, and I've already discussed this, keeping people silent. If we keep being silent and turn our backs or look away, we don't learn what could be done to help in circumstances. So we have to learn to be respectful, but also ask the important questions. Gu Hara, she was in Kara, and let's talk about Suli first. They're friends. Okay. Suli of FX passed away in 2019. Her passing was believed to be suicide. I don't know if there was any kind of note or anything, but this was declared as official reason as suicide. Now, Guhara, who was very close to Suli, and she's from Kara. Now, she passed away also that year. She, unfortunately, this is very difficult. She was being harassed for a sex tape that her ex was threatening to release, and she was suing him. And people believe that the stress of all this pushed her to take her own life. Does everyone believe it? I don't know. Then we have Johan Kim Jong-hwan. He is of TST. He passed away at the Itaewon Crowd Crush. That is a tragedy that happened in Halloween of 2022, when everyone showed up and people questioned, why wasn't there more help? Why wasn't the city prepared? Government should have done something. And he did pass away in that tragedy. Recently, many of us have been grieving the passing of Moonbin of Astro. It passed away just in April of this year, and originally things were hinting that it was suicide. He'd been found alone in his room, just there. And like I said, so many times we keep hearing that, well, they were found, so it was suicide, and that's what everyone, the police jumped to. However, an autopsy revealed that he did have cardiac arrest. And for someone so young, that is devastating to hear. And it's wonder, what was going on with his health, and why wasn't his health being taken more seriously. I think sometimes we push ourselves too hard. I'll tell you, I know we do. I know I did. And now I have these incredible. I've gained like 100 pounds, and because I can't walk, I busted my knees and my hips from performing so much. And even when I had an injury, just going, but you gotta keep pushing, you gotta power through. And I'm like, oh yeah. And as I get older in life, was it all worth that? I'm gonna tell you no. I'll tell you no. So sometimes we need to learn to listen to our bodies and not push through. You know, you always hear that man up, cowboy up, or the things people say in America. Don't, you know, you just got to power through it. Sometimes there are certain things in life that, yeah, you do need to power through. No matter how dismal you feel and the despair telling you it's not possible, sometimes you have to power through. Other times you need to learn to self-care, take care of yourself. But Astro, members of Astro have been mourning, and others in the industry who were close to Moonbin, his passing. He had mentioned, and his manager has mentioned, he had mentioned not feeling well in the days leading up to his passing. Which tells me, why did you fucking assume it was suicide? Alright. And recently, just a few days ago, we lost Jesus. She was the singer. In Korea, she was considered a trot singer. She passed away just in May. Speculative reason is suicide. The police say there was something that they are presuming is a suicide note, and those words presuming made me go, because how often, because there's other times where things are presumed a suicide note and it wasn't, maybe it wasn't. And so what happened here with her, I don't know, and I don't know if we're going to get any information anytime soon. And her family had requested for, once again, no speculation. You hear that a lot. And it's like you want to respect the families, and at the same time, you need to realize that something's bigger. It needs to be investigated and not ignored, not silenced. Yeah. I think giving them space and not coming to them with the speculations is what is most important. Not coming to them and going, well, what do you think? What do you feel? Blah, 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 blah. Don't get in their face. Give them peace. Give them time. Leave them the fuck alone. Okay? That is key. But we need to be respectful, but at the same time, we need to question what happened. They did have a very private and quiet memorial, funeral services. They did not want fans or people involved. And I understand from a perspective wanting that closure there. At the same time, there's a lot of people who loved Jesus, and they're grieving and not getting a closure. So it's really hard to balance such things out. But I want to, before we go any further, I want people to know that it's important. Don't be embarrassed. Don't be ashamed to reach out and call for help. You see, in my darkest hour, I reached out to a stranger for help. Late at night, when I felt most lonely and my mind wouldn't stop telling me the worst, I would call rain, which is there for those who have been assaulted, as I had been. And there was a lot to the story, but I found someone to listen to me. So in those late nights in the dark, when I had no hope, I just called, and that helped keep me alive. You see, there is someone who will listen, and they'll help you find the support you need to face each day. I was given resources and I took action. It was really hard. When you are down, it's hard to motivate yourself to take these little steps, but just take each little step. Each little step. Be patient with yourself and learn to love yourself, because you will overcome these demons that tell you that you're not worthy, and that there is no hope. You will overcome them. You can. There are many of us who have, and you can be amongst us, survivors. I can't stress enough. Say something. Please. You know, I'm going to share something with y'all. This could be triggering, and I apologize. So I'll put a break here. Okay, everyone. We're going to get into this tarot. You know what I think we're going to do here? This is good. I am going to light. Let's do some incense here, folks. Protection. Clear head. I am really feeling Kim Jong-hyun, who was of Shiny. I do sense their stuff there. He might pop up in the reading. I'm not sure, but okay. I do have some very special candles lit. I think this is going to be a doozy. Here we go. Angels, what needs to be said? I just keep hearing, we're human, we're human, we're human. First card that popped out here is the Nine of Wands, and in this visual you can see that she's running, you know, away. You know, it's kind of like somebody. It's like wanting to escape, you know. Wanting to escape. People aren't respecting of them as a human. They're not taught that they can have boundaries, and they want those. They've been, it's indoctrinated that you wouldn't be here, wouldn't be able to be successful without us, the agency. I see the Mandarin, without us. And I also say this whole, and without the fans, you owe them. You owe them. You don't have a right to be, say, hey, I need my space. This is what has been pushed, and I think things are coming around that we got to do this. And there is going to be a man, very powerful man here, who is going to speak up about this. It could be several men, or women with very masculine energy. This is leadership, and he's like someone that people respect, and this is very fire energy. This is Aries and Mars. This is, I'm going to fight for change. I'm going to fight for new legislation protecting these young kids and young adults. There is a lot of drug trafficking and sex trafficking going on still. Now, it's the devil card. And devil can be, addictions. So I think someone is going to expose it. The devil is a Capricorn energy. Some people are, what? And Saturn, which is sometimes it's about pleasure, but in bondage, sabotage, or addiction. And this is what I'm seeing. There is a lot of this greed, addiction to material things. It's going to get exposed as people declare, I'm human. I need to stand my ground. I got to learn. And someone saying, it's okay. You need to. You can. Okay, so the Ace of Wands here popped up, and it is reversed. Wands, this is that fire energy. It's action. It's one, which is the start of something, and this is the end. So this is feeling powerless, like you can't do anything, and trying to speak up, not being respected, feeling impotent, and things getting delayed is causing, this kind of hurt. Okay, the Queen of Pentacles. There's a woman who's trying to silence him. She's powerful in the business world, corporate. She wants to silence him because he knows about this and is trying to speak up for these people. It's like these two are at odds, okay? This card was the Queen of Pentacles. I'll explain so if you understand. The Pentacles is earth energy, and it often has to do with, stability and money and our careers, our work. And this is Queen is a leader. The queen card. That song, I'm a queen card, I'm a queen card. You know what I'm saying? That's like stuck in my head because of YouTube shorts and TikToks. But this is like the revert. This is the evil queen. This is the person who wants to succeed at any means possible. And it doesn't matter if others are hurt in the end. Queens are also Capricorn. But this is the reverse. All of our astrological signs have a dark side, folks. We have we have a shadow, our shadow side, and some people embrace it more than others. I'll put it that way. This person is very self-centered. She feels very entitled. She is like, you can't catch me. I've been getting away with this shit for too long. And she's connected to him. He's afraid of her in a way because he doesn't want it's like she had something held up against him, but he's like, fuck it. Okay, some cards just flew out here. Okay. Okay, so this is the Two of Cups, and it's reversed. Two of Cups, this is like, if it's upright, often it's like a relationship, a friendship, it's a love, it's a marriage, harmony, it's romantic love. But when we reverse it, this is a conflict, the ending of a relationship. There's a lack of harmony, there's quarreling. So there is definitely fighting going on right now about what's been happening. And I really think maybe these two had a relationship of some kind, and it's falling out. And I think he's trying to, behind the scenes, do something. Because I get this energy here with the Knight of Pentacles over the people. Oops. That here, the Knights is the action, and this is Earth energy, though, so it's not as, you know, it doesn't move as fast. But it's upright here. This is just these idols and their hard work. They're needing to learn that, you know, it's okay to be stubborn about some things. But it's also someone who's very hard work. But they're getting, you know, it's like they work so hard. They're working so hard. And then we have the Six of Wands here reversed. You see she's like on a horse, and you got these people all around her, and it's reversed. And this is what's going on with these two. Yeah, this is the six. Okay, yeah, the Six of Wands. There's a lot of fire energy I keep seeing here, you know? With it reversed, there's punishment. This is dealing with arrogance and pride, but this is... There's a lack of recognition of these guys' hard work. It's almost like they're being made to believe that they're never good enough. They're not doing enough, but they really are. And this is like... by making them feel like they're not good enough is how they've been able to manage so much control. This whole trying to make them dependent, you know, it's almost brainwashing, you know. You kind of, my cards are all a mess here, so I'm trying to fix them. Yeah, so let's see what else is going on here. Let's shuffle again. Bear with me. Okay. Here we go. And we got to... Okay, so the Eight of Cups here. And you see the person, she's like, goodbye, I'm leaving. This Eight of Cups, and it's upright. And with this deck, this is like moving on. This is someone who's the kind of discipline. It's like they're walking away. You know, we're going to probably see, I really say, a surprise that someone is going to, this year, going to be walking away from being a K-pop idol. We might see a few someone's. And people are going to be like, what? Why? Who are they going to do? Are they going to... And it seems like they're just going to walk away from everything. They're done. I'm done. I'm done. It's like I've lost so much in my life, and I still am told I'm not good enough. I'm still not worthy. I'm got to keep doing better. Got to stay thin. Can't eat. Don't do this. Here is the Four of Wands, and this bitch is reversed. And this is scary shit here. And this is like my secret organization of evil card. Well, that will put it. It looks like it, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. And with the Four of Wands reversed, this is, these people, they don't have any support. They have no freedom. They're being controlled by others above them. And it's a lot of conflict. And there's also conflict that this is also hits home. It's almost like I see somebody like trying to use parents to guilt their kids who are idols to listen. They know better than you. And you know what, honey? They don't. They know better on how to use you. Okay, this is this is the Ace of Cups. This is emotions. This is relationships. And it's the Ace, which is the start of it, but it's ending. It's the reverse. So it's not something starting. This is the end. I really see there's going to be a falling out between two people, and it's going to cause a big scandal. Some stuff coming out. A project, they're walking away. See? The Ace of Pentacles. This confirms I'm done. I'm done. And it's like someone's going to miss an opportunity because of greed. I think that's all really deep cover here. There are different, I can kind of figure out who some of the people are. But if you're following the Darkside of the K-Pop, this series, you probably are catching on who is possibly the different figures that are popping up in these readings. But remember that this is just for entertainment and alleged, so take it with a grain of salt, what I'm seeing, okay? Please. That was done. Folks, I do love you, and I'm nervous about putting up this video. I have a feeling it's going to get demonetized, and that's okay. But what I do want is this video to get out there. I want people to see the dangers, to watch the signs of someone who's calling out for help, and be there. Be supportive. Remember, we don't own these singers, these dancers, these rappers, these idols, these actors, actresses. We don't own them, and we can't keep putting irrational and demands that are not able to be met. It's not humanly possible. And it's okay. It's okay. What one person likes, another doesn't. And trying to please everybody and trying to say, okay, everybody has to be this twiggy stick figure with pale skin and no freckles and double hooded eyes. I know the Korean, kind of have an idea of Korean beauty standards here. You don't have to be like that. That's a standard that somebody else liked and figures, I'm going to make everybody else be like that. But that's not you. That's not who you physically are supposed to be or mentally. And to force it to the point where you don't enjoy eating something because you're in fear. No, please. Please remember to get help. I know as soon as I put, my concern is when this video gets demonetized, especially when I put in the description the numbers, because I've had videos that if I remove the helpline numbers, then the video is monetized and gets seen. If it's not demonetized, this video doesn't get seen. It's not circulated. So please share this video, please. Someone probably needs to hear that there's hope. And I also want to honor the lives and celebrate their lives and their gifts of those who have passed too soon. Remember their smiles and the joy they brought to us. Be grateful. And know that in the future, we need to do better and help people and listen. Just listen. And as I always say, be kind to yourself and be kind to others. I do love you all. I'll see you around.